And it's been another one of them grumpy old man things I got going on here because there's a lot of things. Of course, I'm old and I don't accept a lot of this new stuff like some folks do. But the thing being, what I'm getting back now is all this new technology, electronic technology, which is to some degree all right, but it's getting a little out of hand, a little bit out of hand indeed. You can't make a phone call without talking to a robot. You know, so it's like humans are being uh, trying to take out of the equation there. You try to go to a store, a lot of these stores, you got to check out your own self. Well, I don't do that. If they don't take it out, then I'll just leave the basket set there and walk out and make it back on the shelf because I'm not dealing with that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not trained to run their machines, and I don't get paid to run their machines and everything. So I know some say, well, you're missing the point. It's much quicker this way. Well, it might be for those that know how to use it, but I don't. Besides, I like to be able to go up there and talk to the person, how you doing, all that, and you can't talk to that damn machine that way. And everything, and not only that, but another thing's a real problem is this AI stuff. You can't really go have songs are written by AI now. How original is that? And a lot of these YouTube things. In fact, whenever they got that automatic voice on there, which of course don't even talk right, they put the words out of place and everything. I don't even watch them. If anything, I put a thumbs down on them because of that. And then I was listening to the station yesterday, and they're talking about all these songs being written by AI, artificial. What is artificial insemination? Insemination. It's artificial intelligence. What's wrong with some natural intelligence? Maybe we should go back to that. In school now, kids, all got that. When I was in school, when my kids went to school, like 40 years ago, it wasn't allowed to calculate. Now it's required. Now it's required to have a computer. Everything's all like that. And another thing too, all these cell phones. A lot of the young folks, well, yeah, it's different in your time than it is now. We make phones now. No, you don't. The office has got a phone. You need to call home or just get a hold of you, they can get you. And they say, well, but let's call these emergency calls, all these the school has a PA, they can talk to everybody in the school at one time, So that's kind of misinformation on that. And to tell you the truth, all that's automatic or imitation, what do you call it? Anyway, it's not real. Everything's fake. It's like humans are being phased out and machines are taking over. And one of these days that may happen. I know there's got to be someone behind the machine to make it work. Well, there may be a point when they don't have to. And, the old sci-fi films back in the 50s and 60s, well, they may not be too far off. In fact, some of that stuff actually has came true that we thought, well, that's ridiculous. It can't happen. Some of it really has already. But the point being here, and I know I'm old, and everybody says, well, you're old, you don't follow, you don't keep up with the times. Well, I don't really want to keep up with the times. Whenever things are working, leave it alone. When people can use their brain to make something work, you got one guy, or probably several, but doing this AI thing, well, maybe one or two guys pretty smart, rather said, well, I'll just let this thing do it for them. And like a lot of like these, I don't know what you call these, spell checker on a computer. A lot of time that isn't right because you like the words, for example, you take car or care. They're both valid words. Well, it could be wrong in the wrong context. And a lot of times these AI ones, they'll break up a sentence in the wrong place. It don't even make sense. And they'll call it something it's not. But the point being is all this electronic stuff, I guess the point is okay, but they need to put a little bit of a halt on how far it's going because pretty much anywhere. You call a doctor, a local doctor. Of course, there's no home doctors anymore. They're all owned by some big affiliate hospital. You can call them and they know your person, but they got to go through all this rigmarole. Punch this button for that. No, da 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 da. Why don't you just have one cut the BS and push the 0 for operator? And that would be that. But if you call any doctor, any kind of medical thing, they got to go through that rigmarole. If this is a medical emergency, call 911 or call this number. If you're suicide, call this blah blah. By the time you get through this damn tired fool, you don't even remember what you called about. So I don't even know how long this. Well, like I said, this video is not very long. It's only 4 or 5 minutes, but. None of them complain. This is my grumpy old man. Yes, I'm grumpy. I miss you. I admit I am. And that's because so much of this stuff has gotten out of hand, I'm telling you. Everybody else loves it. They think, oh, it's the most modern thing. I'm all for it. Well, the young folks probably are. They get along good with it. But I'm not that smart. I can't use that telephone. This old telephone I got here very good. So, of course, I know I'm probably the minority. Probably most everybody can do that, but not me. There's a lot of these old timers, a lot of people down at Walmart, for example, that are a local Walmart. They have finally put in a lot more regular cashiers, and I guess it didn't take out any self-service ones, but you're gonna see the lines are still big lines going to people with a human clerk and not the ones over there. Besides, they gotta have a clerk wandering around in the arena here where all these machines are, helping everybody anyway. Now the dollar store here, Dollar General up here, in fact, maybe all of them, I don't know. They no longer allow the customers to use the automatic checker, the self-checkout. It's still there, but they have to be one of their people to do it. I guess they found out, but for some reason it's not paying off. Like Lowe's up there, and well, Lowe's and Walmart, Sam's Club, they all got it. Quite honestly, I know you're going to say, no, you're all wrong, but I'm going to say, I hope they lose their Rienskis on these automatic ones and go back to normal people. Or you talk to another human being. I'm not a machine talking to a machine. I know it sounds like I'm kind of out of hand here, but no kidding. And, what was I say? Oh, yeah, I work at Menards, for example. Menards, they might have, I don't know, they don't have no self-checkout. They want you to put your basket up there and they will take care of it. That way they ain't got to worry about somebody shoplifting or doing whatever at the checkout right there. And the thing though, if they want to use them, I mean, I'm not a lawbreaker. I've never been in any trouble with anything. But I say if they can scam that damn thing and and come out cheaper, go for it. That's what I'm thinking. All right, now my voice is a little messed up. You know, I've been taking them treatments for that cancer thing, and that's part of it. And the esophagus feels a little sore and everything here. I got one more to do next Monday. I guess we'll see where we are on that. But that's what we got. Other than the esophagus being sore from that radiation that hit right in there. And a few side effects of the chemo, not much. Otherwise, I'm doing okay. Now, you might say, well, that's what makes you grouchy. Well, not really. I haven't really been upset about this treatment thing. It hasn't caused me any trouble. I don't have much hair, but I never did. This is not coming out. Anyway, that's just a little tidbit on the end of that. I guess I know you're going to say, old grouchy old part. I ain't going to listen to you anymore. You're too full of crap. But it's up to you guys. You're going to look at it, fine. If you don't. This is my opinion. And you got your own opinion, and you're welcome to your own opinion. I say it's great for you to have one. Y'all take care. Talk to you later.